Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Doug McGowen with the City of Memphis, here today representing the joint Memphis and Shelby County COVID-19 Task Force. I'm joined by Dr. Michelle Taylor with the Shelby County Health Department, Dr. Tracy from Southwest Tennessee Community College, who will be sharing some information about a vaccination site with you later in the presentation. Pleased to report that we have surpassed more than 900,000 vaccinations here, actually 908,000 vaccinations here in Shelby County. About 52.5% of us have at least one shot, and 43.5% have a full course of vaccination. Still too low, still encouraging people to get their vaccination, but that's where we are. In order to encourage people, we continue our phone banking. Now we have made 93,000 phone calls to individuals in their home. We've had 52,000 conversations with residents about their hesitancy and encouraging them to go get vaccinated. And we are continuing our door-to-door campaign. This last week, we knocked on more than 1,300 doors, and this week, almost 1,250 doors in the zip codes of 38114, 38115, and 38118 in the southeast part of the city. We talked to you all last week about guidance from the state on boosters, and we have that. Many of you have seen the announcements from the Centers for Disease Control as well as the state of Tennessee, but just let me be clear. If you are 65 and older, or if you live in a long-term care facility, you are eligible for a third dose or a booster. If you are 18 to 64 years old and you have an underlying health condition, then you are eligible to receive a third dose or a booster. If you're 18 to 64 and you're at risk of exposure because of your occupation, then you're eligible to receive that. This is only for the Pfizer vaccine, and you cannot mix and match vaccines. The recommendation is that you receive this at least 6 months after your last dose. And we are using the term booster and third shot interchangeably. That may or may not be technically correct, but I know people are using them, third dose and booster, kind of interchangeably. Where can you get that? At any of the private clinics that are offering vaccinations with Pfizer vaccine, you can get that. And you can find out where that is on the covid19.memphistn.gov website. Also at the Pipkin building, we have been administering those for some time now. It is open Tuesday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day of, every week until the end of this year, with the exception of home games for the Memphis Tigers. On October 8th, the cities of Germantown and Collierville will open their vaccination drive-through again at Germantown Baptist Church. That will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It will only be on Friday, October 8th, Tuesday, October 12th, and then again on Friday, October 15th. Those are the 3 initial days, and then they will evaluate whether they need to be open more days or extend their hours based on demand. So again, that's Germantown, Friday, October 8th, Tuesday the 12th, and Friday, October 15th to start from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There has been some conversation about whether the guidelines for vaccinations have been clear. And I think admittedly there has been some mixed messaging around vaccines that have come in the form of instructions from different federal agencies. But what has been clear from day one is that masks work. Social distancing works. And clearly from the data that we see here, and I know Dr. Taylor's going to talk about this, vaccinations work. And so please, go get a vaccination, whether it's your first, your second, or if you're eligible, that booster vaccination. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Taylor from the Shelby County Health Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go through a couple of slides first. Total COVID-19 cases to date in Shelby County, 141,609. New cases reported today, 350. That is down from 423 this time last week and 491 2 weeks ago. The 7-day average of cases per day is 302. The 7-day average has also continued a downward trend, down from 399 this time last week and 621 2 weeks ago. Pediatric cases have also continued to trend downward, as you can see on the red line on the graph. Today we report 1,140 active pediatric cases down from 1,788 last week and 2,245 2 weeks ago. Pediatric cases comprise 31.4% of all active cases, down from 33.4% this time last week and 33.7% 2 weeks ago. Next slide. The 7-day average test positivity rate is now 8.5%, down from 10.6% this time last week and 12.8% 2 weeks ago. Next slide. The effective reproduction number, or the RT number, is now 0.75, and that's well below 1, meaning that the transmission of the virus has slowed in our community. Next slide. As you can see, since last week, all active cases by age group have fallen in every age group. Next slide. This next slide shows on the left active cases by zip code as of September 29th, and on the right, the percentage of population vaccinated by zip code with at least 1 dose. The darker areas represent more people being vaccinated on the right. The darker areas on the left represent more active cases in those zip codes. Next slide. Regarding vaccinations, currently 52% of the eligible population, 12 and older, is fully vaccinated. That is only a slight uptick from 51.2% last week, and if you take into account the total population, about 43% of our total population is fully vaccinated, meaning they've had their full vaccination series. In order to increase the rate of vaccinations and also offer third and booster doses to those eligible, the Health Department has renewed its partnership with Southwest Tennessee Community College to offer vaccinations on the Southwest Whitehaven Center campus at 1234 Finley Road 2 days a week, Fridays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. beginning this Saturday, October 2nd, 2021. We are honored to have Dr. Tracy Hall, President of Southwest Tennessee Community College, to join us today to tell us more about the vaccination site that will greatly benefit the Whitehaven community.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to Mayor Lee Harris, Mayor Jim Strickland, Governor Bill Lee, and to the Shelby County Health Department Director, Dr. Michelle Taylor, and her amazing staff. Today, I am honored to help deliver this outstanding news of the reopening of the vaccination center at the Southwest Tennessee Community College Whitehaven Center. Thank you, Mayors and Dr. Taylor, for calling on us once again to partner in this life-saving effort. Earlier this year, many in the community may have wondered what a community college could do to support a public health effort. Well, our vaccination center in the Whitehaven community is a shining example of why community is our middle name. We at Southwest Tennessee Community College are here to serve and to help deliver solutions. Our phenomenal center director, Dr. Benita Boone, and her wonderful staff at Whitehaven Center are ready and look forward to helping everyone who needs to take their first shot, their second shot, or even their booster coronavirus vaccination shot. Again, the center will be open on Fridays, Fridays from 9 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 1. First date opening is October 2nd. Just like the thousands of citizens who were vaccinated at the site earlier this year, you can look forward to friendly, efficient service in a safe environment. All coronavirus safety precautions will be in force. You don't even need a reservation. Just come and bring your identification, and let's beat COVID-19 together. Thank you for your time. Stay safe and be well.
Thanks, Dr. Hall. We will throw it open for questions, but before I do, I'll mention that, again, the covid19.memphistn.gov site or shelby.community will have those vaccination locations and those times available on the website. So if you missed any of that, just go ahead and look at those websites. So with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Jane Roberts, Daily Memphian.
Hey, could you give us an update on how many people are actually getting their booster shots now? What percentage of the whole at the clinics and pop-up sites?
I know that there's more than 100,000 in the state of Tennessee as of yesterday. At the Pipkin building, we were running about 30% of the vaccinations were boosters. Last week, it was slightly higher than first or second. So that's the best data I have for you, unless do you have anything different than that, Dr. Taylor? I didn't think so, but the state is on their tennis system is recording all of that. We are only able to record at the local level at our each individual location how many we're getting, but we are seeing about an equal proportion of people getting their booster as getting their first and second shot, Jane. That's the best I have for you, but it's a good question. And we hope that we'll be able to have that formal reporting in the aggregate here locally soon.
So you think about 30% of the Pipkin people are booster shots?
Right, that's what it was trending last week. This week, it was running about the same.
Jane,
Thanks, Doug.
Jane is our only question today, so I'll send it back to Chief McGowen.
Okay, any final words that you have, Dr. Taylor? Okay, she would like to say a few things. Again, we have guidance now. We have the authority to give booster shots. Vaccines work. They're safe. They're effective. Masks work. Social distancing works. The numbers are coming down, but remember, we still have 350 people, or 370 people in the hospital, 250 in acute care, and 120 in ICU. We have about 9 kids in the hospital, 8 in acute care and 1 in the ICU. That's 8 kids. That's 9 kids too many. That's 370 too many people in the hospital with COVID. So we are not. We are, as someone has mentioned before, we were at the top of the mountain, and now we have to climb our way back down. But we are not at the bottom yet. There is lots of work to do to get back down to the bottom. So if we can all stick with it, then I think we will see the bottom of the mountain here sometime soon, Dr. Taylor.
I want to reiterate what Chief McGowen said and remind everyone that we are still not where we want to be as far as our vaccination rates in Shelby County, but we are excited about the Whitehaven pod opening. We're excited about the Germantown pod opening. And we also know that a lot of folks are going to turn out to get their booster shots. But I would like, on behalf of the Shelby County Health Department, Shelby County Government, City of Memphis, and the Joint COVID Task Force to request that everyone who is coming to get their booster dose in the coming weeks, please, if you know somebody in your family, your friend group, or your community who has not gotten their first or second dose, please come out to one of the over 160 providers that provide COVID vaccinations in the community right now. Come out, bring them with you, and come get vaccinated against COVID-19. We can do this together. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back here next.